Hello, boys and girls, and welcome back to another day of writing. Today, we will continue to write our report on Arthur Ashe. We're going to be looking at his early career. Okay, so today and this week, we're going to be using the next page of our report, which is the career. What is Arthur Ashe best known for? What was his career like? His job? What did he do? And what is he best known for? As he improved in tennis, Arthur wanted so badly to compete against the best, but there was a problem. Because of segregation, he wasn't allowed to play in the same leagues and even gyms as the white people who lived in his town. There also weren't a lot of black tennis players in Richmond, so he didn't have very much competition to get him better. Let's take a look at this page. What will be some very important information that we should put in our report? Let's take a look. All right, so some of the things that would be important to put in your report was that Arthur wanted so badly to compete against the best, but he wasn't allowed to play in the same league or gyms as whites. So he didn't have very much competition to get him better. So these are the things that we need to add to our report. Now, let's take a look at how I take the underlined words and put them into my own. All right, boys and girls, now let's take a look at the highlighted parts of this page. All right, so I have highlighted Arthur wanted so badly to compete against the best, wasn't allowed to play in the same gyms as white people, and he didn't have very much competition to help him get better. So these are the main things that are highlighted from this page, and look at how I changed just the red highlighted part into my own words. Let's listen to what I wrote here on the left. Arthur really wanted to play against the best players. Because of segregation, he was not allowed to play with white players. Not many black people played tennis in Richmond, so Arthur did not have many people to play with to help him get better. All right, so I took the same words that you see over here on the right that are underlined, and I switched them up, changed them, put them into my own words, and I rewrote them on the left. You're going to do the same thing. So I want you to take a moment, pause the video, and I want you to rewrite the words in your own words for this page. Remember, we are writing in the career part of his report. All right, so now let's continue reading about Arthur Ashe. So to help Arthur improve and have better competition, when he was a senior in high school, he moved to St. Louis, Missouri. While in St. Louis, Arthur made a name for himself and was able to compete in many junior tennis tournaments around the nation. He even won the junior national title in 1960 when he was just 17 years old. All right, now let's take a look at some of the important parts. This is something important because now he's competing against some of the best and he's winning. Let's take a look at the important parts of this page. All right, so here's what I've underlined. To have better competition, he moved to St. Louis, Missouri. He competed in many junior tennis meets, and he won the junior national title in 1960 when he was just 17. So I want you to take a look at the highlighted or underlined words on this page. I want you to pause the video and then write make these notes into sentences for this page. All right, go ahead and do that now. Press pause. And when you're finished writing, you can hit play to continue. Okay, now let's take a look at the next page. That same year, Arthur was featured in the December 12th, 1960 issue of Sports Illustrated, which is a magazine, in its Faces in the Crowd column. In it, he was recognized as one of the best up-and-coming amateur athletes from around the country. He was featured again just a few years later as a college athlete for UCLA, that's the University of California, for his college. All right, now let's take a look at what we can highlight on this page. Think about the most important parts of this page. Let's take a look. All right, well, I think it's very important to say that Arthur was featured, which means he was in the magazine for the December 12th, 1960 issue of the Sports Illustrated. He was recognized for being an up-and-coming amateur athlete. So amateur means that he wasn't a professional yet. A professional means that you get paid to play tennis. So he wasn't being paid, but he was an amateur athlete. People thought he was great from around the country. So all around the United States, people began to learn Arthur Ashe's name. And then not only did he get put in the magazine one time, he got put in there again just a few years later for his college. Okay, so I didn't put that one in because we can talk about that later. But I think the most important part is that on December 12th, 1960, Arthur Ashe was recognized for his skills at being a tennis player, and he was put into the Sports Illustrated magazine. And he was being recognized for being an up-and-coming amateur athlete from around the United States. And here's a picture of the cover. This is Arthur Ashe on the cover of the magazine. All right, so now here's what I want you to do. I want you to pause the video now, and then I want you to write sentences for this page. And when you're finished, you can hit play to hear the next page. All right, press pause now. All right, now let's read more. Arthur loved playing tennis for UCLA. That's his college, the University of California, Los Angeles. It gave him the chance to continue his love of learning while competing against the best in the nation. So here at the bottom, here is a picture of Arthur Ashe playing tennis in college. Now let's take a look at the main or the important facts on this page. All right, so he loved playing tennis for his college, UCLA. He continued his love of learning while competing against the best in our country or in the nation. So these are the highlighted facts for this page. I want you to pause the video now and write some sentences for this page. And when you're finished, press play. All right, so now press pause and write your sentences. All right, and this will be our last page for today. Let's read more about Arthur Ashe. After graduation, Arthur went pro. This means that not only would he keep playing tennis, but that he would get paid to do it. Arthur was also excited to get to play against not only the best in the United States, but in the world. So now Arthur has graduated from college, and they're going to pay him now to play tennis as a professional. Wow. All right, now let's take a look at the main facts on this page. All right, so here are the facts. After graduation, Arthur went pro. He would get paid to do it. And now he's playing not only against the best in the United States, but in the world. So I want you to take a look at the facts on this page. I want you to pause the video and I want you to write sentences for the facts on this page. All right, and then we'll stop here. And then tomorrow we'll continue to write about his career. And then we'll talk more about Arthur Ashe tomorrow. All right, boys and girls, press pause. Have fun. I'll see you soon.